I'm back, motherfuckers. Check it out. All right. I had some issues going on, but that's been taken care of. I'm back in the mix, back in the saddle. Um, so I want to apologize to all my listeners. I know that I promised to do a lot of things but because of unforeseen circumstances, I was not able to be around. Okay. So I do apologize for that. Okay, I know a lot of you want to listen to my post-fight thoughts, so here it is. Now, first of all, I want to thank those joining me live and to those joining me on archive. DStyleBoxing here. There you go. All right. I really, really wanted to do this after the fight, because it's first of all, the way some of you reacted and overreacted, by the way, is insane. Okay, that's number one. Number two, I've been noticing how everybody's starting to change their tune now. Like there's a lot of changing of tunes and a lot of people realizing what really happened. Right now, let's first kind of say what I thought was going to happen, and what didn't happen, and what did ultimately happen nonetheless. Okay, first of all, I did think that if anybody remembers, okay, I did say Conor will land punches. I thought the idea that no punches will be landed was ridiculous, right? The notion that Mayweather never gets hit, like when boxing analysts say Mayweather never gets hit, that's just an expression. Like it's not to be taken literally. It doesn't mean he literally never gets hit. That's not what that means. Right? I seen Mayweather's head bounce to the back of his head, like bounce back from De La Hoya jabs, from Cotto. Right? I've seen Mayweather hit plenty of times. I saw Maidana hit the guy plenty of times. What people mean by Mayweather never gets hit, he doesn't get hit as often as your average fighter. In fact, that's the service. He gets hit a lot less often than elite boxers do. Okay, but it doesn't mean he never gets hit. Okay? It doesn't mean that. It is extremely difficult, and I mean extremely difficult, to go through a fight and get hit 0 times. All right, that is extremely difficult. So yes, of course, Conor was going to land some jabs, and of course he was going to land some. Now I do have to admit, I got to admit, that uppercut was good. He got Mayweather with a very well-timed uppercut. Okay, there was a lead uppercut. Those uppercuts, all right, you need to have very good timing to land something like that. Period. There's no way around it. Okay. Mayweather tried to hit the shoulder hard enough so he couldn't counter. But Conor's strength, especially early in the fight in the first round, he had enough strength to still land it. That took away a lot of the power, but Mayweather ate that shot. But 2 things happened when Conor McGregor landed that uppercut. The first thing that happened was that Conor McGregor landed that uppercut. Okay. The second thing that happened, Mayweather found out this whole power was a myth. Okay. The touch of death, it isn't there. You're not going to hit as hard in any round like you are in the first round. He gave Mayweather his best shot, literally, and Mayweather walked through it. Floyd Mayweather Jr. walked through that shot and stood right in front of Conor McGregor. Okay. The moment that happened, I knew the fight was a wrap. I just knew it. The moment he walked through that shot, okay, this is over. That was an impressive shot, but this shit is over. Now, I saw Conor throw a lot of arm punches, right? Just a bunch of arm punches, flicking jabs that don't have any damage, like they were landing, but they weren't damaging. Can somebody find me a photo, anything, of Mayweather's head snapping back in his entire fight? I thought this dude was a power puncher. Well, he's throwing arm punches like I said he would. He throws arm punches. And I'm seeing people give him all this credit. Oh my God! He hit Mayweather with 111 shots. Yeah, like hammer fist and flicking jabs. Did you guys not see? You really believe Mayweather got hit with 111 legitimate shots? You really believe that? What fight were you guys watching? He didn't get hit with 111 legitimate. Like, I got to give him credit. Like, he landed that uppercut good. That was his best shot in the whole fight. I forgot whose video I was listening to. Like, this one dude was breaking down the fight. He was making it sound like Conor was landing the uppercut over and over again. That was his best shot the whole fight. And you got to give Conor credit for that. I don't care if Floyd's 40. I don't care if he was coming forward or whatever. You got to give him credit for that. It takes skill to land a punch like that. Okay? It takes skill to land a punch like that, right? And an uppercut, you got to put leverage in it. That's why it was his best shot. All these other punches weren't doing shit. They weren't doing shit to Mayweather. Nothing. Like, it's by the time Conor's, most of his punches, by the time they reach the target, most of the power, even though from just an arm punch, but most of the power was gone. They were not landing with any type of force. Have you guys not seen, like, you know, you could actually hear these shots, right? You know, they have like a speaker on the top of the ring. They have a speaker on the top of the ring. Like when Mayweather was fighting Cotto and he was blocking shots, you could hear the thud. Boom, 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 boom. When Canelo, he would block the shot. Boom, 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 boom. You could hear those shots bouncing off, sure, his shoulders and his gloves and all that. But you could hear the fucking thud, the power. Where was the power? Conor, you couldn't hear shit when he was blocking McGregor shots. You couldn't hear shit when McGregor was landing. Nothing. There was no thud. Where's this power? Oh, the power. Like, oh, the power. The power of McGregor. Like, there was no power. What power? The power's, it's either the dude's like, let me tell you something, right? I told you guys why he knocked out Aldo, because Aldo had his chin like up in the air and shit. That's why anybody's gonna knock somebody out like that. Okay, Eddie Alvarez, you know, doing interviews. Oh, if you guys don't think he could knock out Mayweather, you're crazy. No. You just have a weak chin, bruh. That's why you got knocked out. We weren't crazy. You just have a weak chin. That's it. Right now. I will say this. If you score it, by the way you score, you know, the 10 must system, right? When you score it, yeah, you got to give Mayweather didn't really do anything in the first round, right? So you got to give McGregor that round, right? And he's also trying to gauge him a little bit. He's a little awkward. You know what I mean? He's a safety first fighter, even though he was coming forward. Round two, what happened? A little more the same, but Mayweather, he started picking up the pace a little bit. You know, he started like at, you know, he started like at first gear. Well, Mayweather was on park, okay, round one. Okay, it was on fucking park. He was on neutral, all right, and then he went to first gear in the first round. Just picked it up a little bit. Forced McGregor. Look, the reason people are like, they're stuck on this whole, and we'll talk about that in a little bit, okay? But if this was any other boxer, like professional boxer, he would be getting criticized and ridiculed for this game plan, okay? Period. He would be getting killed for this. Unnecessary movement, throwing unnecessary shots, flicking jabs that have no power behind them, arm punches, just wasting energy. That's all he was doing. But you got to give him the second round, right? But I noticed that the gap was closing, right? Have you ever seen those movies where like these dramatic scenes happen where, you know, an explosion is going to go off in a building or something, and the door, like this gate starts closing, like dan, like the gate starts closing. It's moving down, like it started, like from the moment the fight started, that happened, like like the gate started closing, right? By round two, that gate was halfway closed. Round three, Mayweather he went to second gear. Connor's he's flicking jabs. Connor's going all out. Okay, Connor is just going all out. Okay, he's trying to land the left hand. He's trying to land it. Sometimes he'll catch Mayweather right in the end of it. And like I guess CompuBox, for those that don't know, anything that's not a jab is considered a quote unquote power punch. McGregor did not land more than 10 power punches that entire fight. By what we know of what a power punch is. By CompuBox's definition, it's anything but a jab, right? So all those flicking punches that don't have as much power as a real jab were being counted, right? But anyway, there he is. Connor's going all out. Like Connor's fighting like it's the fight, like it's the Super Bowl. Like he's going all out, right? Mayweather just went to second gear. Like he just picked it up a little bit. Right? He's not even done getting warmed up yet, Mayweather. He's not even done getting warmed up. Now was everybody all going crazy? Yeah, woo! McGregor! Like I remember watching that. I'm like, oh man, this dude. At the time, I thought it'd be over by the 6th because like this is gonna run out of energy. He's done. I saw him go back to the corner. Like Mayweather smiles at the corner, right? And he's not even breathing hard. He just boxed 9 minutes. He's not even breathing hard. McGregor, he's like, oh. You could see McGregor's chest, like his heart, like beating out of his fucking chest, man. This dude, like, you could see his ribs, and while he's breathing, and he's breathing all hard, and I mean. I'm just like, damn, this dude's done. By the end of round 3, I knew this dude was done. I knew he was done, right? And that, I guess you could say, yeah, but you could argue he won those first 3 rounds. Fair enough. But he was done, though. Like, round 4 comes along. Mayweather brought it to third gear, right? He brought it to he started picking up the ante. As Mayweather's starting to pick up the pace and put more and more pressure, every round, it's like McGregor figured out, like, is that the best he's going to bring, or is he going to bring more? Oh, there was a lot more. And McGregor's already running out of breath. He's already in deep. To him, that was already deep water. He was breathing the way boxers are breathing by the end of, like, round 11, right? And yet Mayweather's not tired. He picks up the pace. He puts more pressure, and all of a sudden it's a close round. You could say it could go either way. I gave the round to Mayweather, but it's since this is McGregor and he's not a real pro boxer, and if it's close, people they're going to see it a certain way and they're going to give it to McGregor. So fair enough. But at that point, the door was closed. Like, it was over. Round 5, Mayweather starts taking over. All of a sudden, it's a whole different fight all of a sudden. Out of nowhere, boom, we got a different fight in our hands. All of a sudden, it looks nothing like it did in the first 4 rounds. Nothing. Round 6, Mayweather wins. Mayweather won 5 and 6. I'm seeing a lot of MMA pundits over there. Oh, I gave McGregor all first 6 rounds. Like, he didn't win rounds 5 and 6. Are you kidding me? The only one landing like real punches in that round was Mayweather. Okay, and then round 7, Mayweather round. All of a sudden, McGregor's getting more and more tired. The rounds are becoming more and more one-sided. Round 8, you got to give McGregor credit. He gave his last stand. McGregor, he emptied the clip. Everything he had, Mayweather sensed it. Okay, and that's why that was a close round. Okay, he gave it his all in that round. All right, he went for a broke. What happened in round 9? First of all, let's talk about the so-called body shot, okay? from the only angle we have, it's kind of hard to tell whether it was low or not, but it's irrelevant. Okay. First of all, the reason Burt broke it up was because Conor was behind Floyd, hammer fisting him in the head. Okay. It's just weird. It was just weird. Like, it's just like a weird thing that he was on. By the way, Robert Burt never warned McGregor for hammer fisting. Like, he never did it. You know, maybe he was scared of being called biased, but I'm glad he let him do it, though. I'm glad they let him hammer fist, whatever. He needed some. Like, he needed to bring something to this fight. Might as well let him use the fucking hammer fist, right? No other fighter would have gotten away with that. Okay, it just wouldn't. But whatever, they let him use the hammer fist, right? You got Skip Bayless over there crying. Oh, they didn't let him do it. Like, shut up. He wasn't hurt to the body. Are you guys dumb? You don't recover from a body shot like the moment that a ref breaks it up. Okay, it doesn't work that way. Okay, like he just miraculously cured himself of a body shot the moment Burt broke it up. If he was at the brink of getting knocked out from a body shot, he would have never recovered the moment. Like, Burt broke it up and they were back fighting in less than 3 seconds. Like, what do you mean? And then Mayweather proceeded to beat his ass. Now, let me give you a very astonishing statistic, because Mayweather brought it up yet another gear in round 9. Mayweather never even went full force in this fight. He did not need to go. Like, he had like 2-3 more gears he could have gotten in this fight. He didn't have to, right? He started pounding away at Conor McGregor. I mean, Conor had noodle legs. I mean, this dude was getting this. I mean, pummeled. He was getting pummeled. Round 9 was just it was just a beating. Round 9. Okay. Now that's something I've never said about a Mayweather round. In the 10 years that I've been on YouTube, never has DStyle said, "Oh, Mayweather laid a beating in that round." Like, I've never said that, because Mayweather's never put hands on somebody like that in a round ever. It's never happened. He's won rounds. He made guys look dumb and shit like that. But he's never put on a beating like that. No, but yeah, McGregor gets hit with knees. So what if he was hitting him? Like, shut up. The dumb shit people are saying. From the last, if CompuBox is correct, right, which I don't really trust CompuBox, but it's still an astonishing statistic. And from the last 2 minutes of the 9th round and the first minute of the 10th round, according to, because Mayweather started laying it on him the last 2 minutes of the 9th and the first minute of the 10th. That's 3 minutes. Mayweather landed 60 punches. That is astonishing. Okay? Like, Mayweather landed 60 punches in a matter of 3 minutes. That is insane. That's crazy. I mean, you can't make this shit up. Like, usually it takes Mayweather like 3-4 rounds to land something like that. But anyway, he just round 10. Round 10 starts. Man, Mayweather's putting the earmuffs on. He's just going straight forward. By the way, what happened to, oh, he's just going to run around and, you know, all these stupid memes and all these stupid cartoon videos that made it seem like Mayweather was just going to be running around the whole fight. Oh, he's just going to run around. He's going to run around and pity-pat Conor. There's no way he can knock out a guy that's been kneed in the face. So anyway, he just starts pummeling this dude. I mean, he just right hand, backs him up with the elbow, boom, right hand, hook, right hand, and like, he'll miss one, then land another one. Like, it's just insane. Okay, he's just knocks Conor's head back. Conor like falls against the ropes, but when they stopped it, by the way, Conor was facing the crowd. You don't hear anything about that. Okay, And by the time Bird got to him, right, the dude, like, he's fucking like, he couldn't even lift his arms, right? The dude couldn't lift his arms. He couldn't lift his arms. I never seen something like that. Not in a pay-per-view fight. The dude couldn't lift his arms. Okay? I mean, this shit's crazy. Now, do I wish Bird would have let it go? Yes. I wish Bird would have let the thing go. I wanted to see him hit the canvas. He was about to hit the canvas, right? Because now you got a bunch of idiots walking around. Oh, they stopped it too soon. The dude got hit with 20 punches in fucking 1 minute. They stopped it too soon. Like, Mayweather didn't even hit that hard. You're right, he doesn't, but he still stopped your guy. Okay? I haven't seen Mayweather legitimately. You could count the Victor Ortiz fight if you want, but that fight aside, I haven't seen Mayweather stop anyone in 10 years. Okay? Since the Ricky Hatton fight, I haven't seen Mayweather stop anyone, right? Let's also talk about this. Mayweather went forward for about 80% of this fight. Mayweather weighs 150 pounds, if that. Okay? 150 pounds, and was backing up a dude that was weighing 170 plus. All right? Backed him up for the majority of that fight. Had him banging up. Had his head snapping back in the 10th round. That was an absolute beating. And if this was any boxer, all right, we would all be ridiculing him, okay, for his game plan. And we would be making fun of him for getting stopped by Floyd Mayweather. And everybody knows that, okay? Now, does Conor deserve credit? Yes, of course. I mean, Conor took a risk. Good for him, okay? But at the same time, the dude had nothing to lose, right? I did warn the boxing community of this, okay? I said no matter what happens in this fight, they're going to claim victory. If Conor lands a punch, oh, we won. It's a victory, right? Like, you don't see, well, I shouldn't say that. You saw Pacquiao fans claiming he won the fight, but you don't really see, like, you know, in other Mayweather fights that you can bring up. There's, you know, times where other fighters landed big punches on Mayweather, and, you know, but they're writing this, right? Now, the question is this. To me, it was clear that at best for Conor, at best, Floyd Mayweather just did this as a strategy, okay? He did it as a strategy, but if you want my honest opinion, the more and more I watch the fight, like, and obviously I know the result now and everything, but the more and more I watch it, and I'm not saying this to be a dick or anything, but I honestly believe Mayweather carried him for those few rounds. It doesn't mean he wanted to get hit by some of those shots, okay, but I do think he carried him. I think he tried to prolong the fight. He wanted to prolong it, and you kind of heard it in everything he said. You know, he wanted to come forward. You know, he wanted to give the fans a great fight. That's what he wanted to do, especially once he realized Conor can't hurt him. When he just walked through his best shot, he took the dude's best shot and just walked through it. He ate that like it was a Skittle. Like, he just ate that shit. Like, he just ate that shit and just kept coming. I mean, that's crazy. There was no thud in his punches. Okay, there was no power in those punches. I saw no bruises, no grazes, nothing on Mayweather. Conor's face was kind of busted up. Okay, most of that damage was done in the last few rounds, and I can't remember the last time I ever seen a Mayweather opponent look busted up like that. Honestly, I can't. Like, even in the Pacquiao fight, you saw some, like, bruises on Mayweather, right? I mean, even in, but anyway, what's done is done. The fight is done. There was no doubt in my mind, even while everybody was getting excited and overreacting to the first few rounds, there was no doubt in my mind what the result was going to be. There was just no doubt. Now, does that mean Mayweather looked good? No, I don't think Mayweather looked good at all. Okay, I think he's definitely taking a step back. You know, you have to wonder if Mayweather was in there against an elite boxer. You have to wonder. Assuming he would have taken him more serious as well, though, so we got to keep that in mind. But you still have to wonder how he would have done. You know, you have to wonder that. Okay. So there you go. All right. There you go. Okay. Now, what did I tell you? What did I tell everybody? After this fight, watch. Well, did I? Watch. Right after the fight, no matter what happens, right? They're going to make McGregor a winner. Like, no matter what happens, they're going to make him a winner, right? I mean, thank God he didn't go the distance, because they would have been, oh my God, he went the distance against Mayweather. Like, look, man, okay? McGregor is an athlete, okay? He is arguably the best, or one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in all of MMA, a two-division champion. Knocked out one of their dominant champions in 13 seconds and destroyed Alvarez, all these things, right? The dude couldn't box 4 rounds without getting tired, right? Mayweather was never tired. Mayweather didn't break a sweat in this fight. He didn't break a sweat. That's why you got to put shit in perspective a little bit. But what else did I say? Well, what else did I say? Watch for it. Watch for it. Oh, but if Mayweather went to MMA, like, well, he's not going to go to MMA, is he? Well, it kind of sucks for you that he's not going to go to MMA, right? I know you guys have fantasies of Mayweather going to MMA, so he get choked out or something. Okay, he's not going to go to MMA. So what are you worried about? No, but if he goes to no, like, he's never gonna go. He's never gonna go to MMA. It ain't gonna happen. This fight happened, okay? Because people could be all like, "Oh, DStyle, you said this fight wouldn't last 6 rounds." I did, okay? But I did say he would stop McGregor. That did happen, right? That did happen. Okay, right? First of all, number one, for all the MMA fighters, because a lot of them are celebrating this, like you got dudes like Dominic Cruz out there, yeah, this proves that we can go, we could box, we could hang with the best. Oh, really? Because your best boxer, did what he did, all of a sudden, you think you can do it? Really? Have you guys not seen Aldo training in the Garcia gym? Dude looks terrible. I know Ali setbacks so they're sucking his dick, but he didn't look that good, right? I mean, Mike Perry got knocked out by a dude ranked 150th in the world. If McGregor was in there against a dude that has that packed a much bigger punch than Mayweather, I mean, that dude would be put to sleep. To sleep. He would be put to sleep. Especially because when I look at McGregor, by the way, and a lot of these MMA fighters, if you guys think boxers, okay, weight train themselves and then fucking pack a lot of pounds out, you see some of these MMA fighters, they fucking perfected the art. In all reality, like, all bullshit aside, Conor McGregor's, in boxing terms, and if you saw them side by side, the dude is really a middleweight. This dude should be fighting. Could you imagine Conor McGregor fighting Charlo? Imagine what Charlo would do to this guy. Could you imagine what Gennady Golovkin would do to Conor McGregor? He would get seriously hurt if he fought a dude at his own size in boxing. Okay? That's just a reality. Okay, I'm just putting that out there. If he fought a dude his own size in boxing that's going to weigh 170 plus just like him, all right, the day of the fight, He got walked down by a guy weighing 150 pounds. Sir, I don't care if that's Mayweather. That's not, he's one of the best of all time, but he's not one of the best of all time for doing that, though. Okay, that's not like his best thing. Like, he's good at it. Mayweather could walk you down. He's done it in fights and spots. He's never done it in a full fight like that, though. There's dudes that do that, okay, and they're a lot better than it. By the way, thank you, Connor. Thank you. Why DStyle? Why are you thanking Connor? You remember I told you guys, MMA fighters do not know how to box on the inside. When you get in that phone booth, they don't know what the fuck to do. Because in MMA, in that zone, at that distance, a wrestler could take you down. A Muay Thai guy will grab you. Okay, you can throw knees right there. You throw elbows at that distance. In many cases, elbows in MMA are even more effective from that distance, right? You can't duck your head low and put your head on your chest like that in MMA. And McGregor, of course, admitted. He admitted in the press conference, he said, DStyle was right. I don't know how to box an inside for shit. Well, thank you, Connor. Well, he didn't mention me by name, but I've been saying that forever. Okay? When he went like this and he put his head in my chest, I was like just wasting punches and I didn't know what to do. Like no shit. Right? And by the way, this is how you know Mayweather was a ring general, okay? Because Connor keeps talking about what Mayweather did and forced me to do this. Like, that's, if you listen to him, he tells on himself. Okay? Well, yeah, Mayweather was having you do shit. Okay? It's just the way it is. Now. Right? Connor does deserve credit, though. And I don't want to turn this into like a Connor bash fest. I mean, he's you know. Mayweather literally knocked the snot out of him, though. But this I will say, okay? And I said this many times. Conor McGregor is someone who's, and people need to understand this. Like, Conor's not your ordinary, like, 0-0 guy, okay? Conor McGregor started as a boxer. He had amateur boxing fights, okay? And he's also a combat sports athlete, okay? And all stand-up arts use, in one way, shape, or another, they use boxing, okay? So I just want to make sure people understand. It's not like some dude that just came from the streets, you know, and, you know, it's not some mechanic or some police officer that just put on gloves and challenged Mayweather, okay? That's not what this is. So people need to understand that. Also, you can argue that Conor's a mixed martial artist, and of all the arts, what he's best at, and I attest this to his own teammates, his own trainers, of all the mixed martial arts, right? He says that he's best at boxing. He's better at boxing than jiu-jitsu. He's better at boxing than wrestling. He's better at boxing than Muay Thai. Okay? Boxing is what he's best at. So we got to put it in perspective. It doesn't mean that all of a sudden any MMA guy could all of a sudden jump into boxing and do something. That's not what it means at all. So we have to put that in perspective, right? Remember, this guy knocked out Jose Aldo in 13 seconds. Aldo was supposed to be one of the best strikers ever. 13 seconds, right? Like, McGregor's boxing is far above and beyond your average MMA fighter. It's not even funny. And in the boxing ring, I mean, he just has a lot of work to do. A lot of work. Okay? And I've always told, if Conor were to transition and just focus on nothing but boxing, he'd be an animal. I've already said that. But for people that thought he was going to just jump ship and just win this fight, you're fucking crazy. So let's address that. Oh, you weren't 100% right, DStyle. Yeah. I was like 90% right. Fucking spare me. What about you motherfuckers that were saying that Conor's going to sleep Mayweather in 2 rounds? Well, where the fuck you guys at? We're all the dudes that were saying that the power's going to be too much. It's going to rattle his brain the moment he hits him. What happened to all that? What happened to he's too small, he won't handle the power? What happened to that? You guys are fucking wrong about everything. The reason this fight was happening, and that's why I always say spare me with the whole, well, Mayweather goes to the octagon. The only reason this fight happened was because Conor McGregor challenged Mayweather, okay? He went on Conan O'Brien, said he would dismantle Mayweather. Okay, he said, okay, and everybody was buying his horse shit. It's like they always do with Bruce Lee quotes, okay? Like, now you say a fucking Bruce Lee quote, like everybody fucking buys your bullshit, okay? I'm a fighter. I like Bruce Lee say, you know, if you put water in the teacup, you become the teacup. Yeah, Connor, that teacup had a lot of holes in it, bro. Like, that fucking water's draining out. Okay? Just because you say you're like water, it doesn't really mean that you're going to do shit against Mayweather, right? Capiche? Okay, like, oh, but he said be like water. Like, I don't give a fuck what philosophical quote Bruce Lee said. Okay? That ain't going to make up for experience. Okay, that ain't going to make up for any of that. Look, arm punches are easier to land. Okay, they're easier to land. Okay, because you don't got to put full body weight into them. Okay, it's when you put full body weight into a punch, like a meaningful punch, right? They're a little more telegraphed. A boxer could see that coming, right? So you got to sneak in that that full body motion, right? There's an art to that. McGregor doesn't have that down, bruh. He doesn't have that down. That's why this dude will never score a knockout against any elite fighter. He just won't do it. Look, I'm not saying that he couldn't beat a Paulie Malignaggi or something like that, okay? But we'll talk about that in a moment, okay? But you're not going to knock somebody out like that. You're just not. So yeah, it's easy to land an arm punch. Well, I shouldn't say easy, but easier, right? So you landed a bunch of arm punches and slaps, okay? Like, big fucking deal. Oh, you're just no. Like, look back at the fight. Keep it real. Just watch it. Keep it fucking real and go watch it, bro. Okay. Like when Mayweather blocked one of Manny Pacquiao's shots, you fucking heard the thud on that shit. Okay. Like, poof, you fucking hear that thud. When Manny Pacquiao hit Mayweather with that fucking left hand in the 3rd round, Mayweather was hurt, and like that actually stunned him. Right? It wasn't just a second or two that he was stunned, and he got against the ropes and all that. Okay, and he started covering up. He didn't walk through the fucking left hand of Manny Pacquiao. And everybody, oh, but the jab. Yeah, he was flicking jabs at Mayweather. He was flicking them. There was no power behind them. None. You want to see Mayweather get hit with a jab? Go watch the first 4 rounds of De La Hoya versus Mayweather. Okay? Go watch that. His head was fucking snapping back. Okay? His nose was fucking bleeding. Cotto busted up his nose with a fucking jab. Right? Because they were real fucking, they were power jabs. Boom! A jab. Right? With full body motion, the force of it being pulled down, boom, all right? Another thing with McGregor, man, he doesn't, I don't know if you guys, a lot of times you'll listen to a boxing fight, okay? And you'll hear this noise, shh, right? Shh, boxers make that noise when they're throwing punches, okay? Especially in the inside when they're throwing combinations. Okay, that way when they get hit with a body shot, it doesn't take their air out. McGregor doesn't do that. That's why Mayweather just touch him to the body, like boom, right hand here, boom, right hand there. By the end of he was just sneaking him in there. But by the 5th round, McGregor was like, well, why the fuck am I so fucking tired? Because you've been getting hit by body shots, bro, and you don't know how to throw combinations. Now, I think it's a lot of people lost a lot of fight in this. I won a lot of money in this fight. Okay, I love Conor McGregor. He won me a lot of money. All right. This fight won me a lot of money, man. I ain't sweating. Okay, right? But it's unbelievable how many people lost money. And by the way, these people, like, now they're acting like all of it. Like, you guys were telling me, all these people, all these months were saying, oh, McGregor's going to knock him out. And I got McGregor. Oh, McGregor's too much. And, oh, McGregor's going to knock Floyd out. And he's going to be chasing Floyd around the ring. Floyd's going to be running the whole time. And then he's going to catch him and knock him out. Remember all that shit? And then what now? Now all of a sudden they changed it too, right? All of a sudden, oh yeah. Well, if Mayweather went to the octagon, like, shut the fuck up, shut up, sit down. Okay, no, but no, there's no buts, no, but nothing. There's no buts. That's it. Okay, done. You shouldn't have talked shit then, right? You shouldn't have said the guy was gonna win. You shouldn't have said that, right? Now you're gonna eat it. Eat your words, right? Eat it. I said eat. I pour on the fucking dog bowl. Eat it. Hands and knees. Eat it. Right? I ain't playing with you. You're lucky I put it in the dog bowl. I put it on the fucking floor. That's what I thought. No, but these stuff, there's no buts. That's it. You shouldn't talk shit. You believed he was going to win, and you were wrong. Okay? You were wrong. You even had a little honeymoon stage, too. Like, you thought he did better than he really did, huh? The first 2 days. Then you went back to watch it. You're like, fuck. Like, everybody's changing it, too. Everybody. All right? All right. And you guys can talk all the shit you want, okay? I got Ray Mercer Silva in the fucking, and I got it. I got that shit in the vault. You want to talk shit? I'll release it from the vault if you keep talking shit, okay? Remember when Ray Mercer became MMA champ? Remember that shit? Who remembers that shit? But don't talk shit now. Anytime you hear somebody say, oh, a boxer would never, you know, like, okay. But anyway, oh man, poor Tim Silva. Tim Silva is a Paulie Malignaggi of MMA. Okay? Getting tooled by the dude. Okay, from the other sport. I mean, damn. Holy shit. No, but DStyle. Like, shut up. Shut up. Okay, anyway. By the way, there's really no losers in this fight. You know how much money the motherfuckers are making? 6 point. I told you guys it's gonna break the record. I said it's gonna make well north of 5 million. I didn't think it was gonna reach 6 million or over 6 million, but you know, I knew it would be north of 5 million. That was a good bet in Vegas. I think 4.9 plus it was, and I was like, man, that's a really good bet. I mean, that was a steal over in Vegas, man. For whoever bet that. That was a must. If you're in Vegas, you have to bet that. You make a lot of money. They made a lot of money, right? Pretty good times, good times. All right, let's see. What else have people said? I've seen the memes out there, huh? You know those memes? There's like memes out there that are like, if it took him 10 rounds to beat a rookie, and you guys are the ones saying he was gonna win. Well, what do you mean? Like, how do you go from he's gonna destroy Mayweather to it took him 10 rounds to beat a rookie? Well, you guys were the ones wanting to see the fight. You said he was going to win. You said he's going to knock out Mayweather. That Mayweather can't take the power. And you see me running around the whole time. And McGregor catches him and knocks him out. That was your guys' breakdown. By the way, where's the belief? You know, it's a funny thing. Like, belief doesn't really matter when, you know, when you look like a fucking bobblehead the last minute of the fight. Huh? Where was the belief? Like, well, why didn't he will himself? Like, you know, energy. Like, why didn't he, you know, visualize energy and give it to himself somewhere around the 5th round because he really needed it? Where was that exactly? Why didn't he, like, visualize it, see it, and give it to himself with that godlike magic that you guys were talking about? Where was all that? You know, why didn't he will himself energy? You know, because he really needed it, right? So I'm just saying, like, maybe he forgot or something. And maybe this whole, like, why are you talking shit, man? You already know Mayweather went to the octagon. You know, like, well, he ain't gonna go to the octagon. Mayweather's retired, bro. Like, he's done, bro. Okay, you guys are like you want a 40-year-old that's never trained in anything else but boxing to, like, go to MMA. Like, are you guys dumb? Like, I know you're used to seeing, like, old washed-up boxers going to MMA, but, you know, it's, you know, maybe, you know, we gotta slow our rolls a little bit, okay? Just a little bit. Who fucking cares? Like, so what? Like, I'm not insecure about it at all. Look, you ready for it? Mayweather would get smashed in the octagon. There, you see? It wasn't that hard. It's not like, oh my God. Like, it's just, there, I said it. And your guy got smashed. That's it. Like, that's it. The dynamics in both sports are different. Okay? Do I need to, like, explain this to you guys? Does this need explaining? Like, for real explaining? Do you guys not understand certain things? Let me put it to you this way, right? Let me put it to you this way. Let's take Usain Bolt and Des Bryant, right? 2 different athletes from 2 different sports. Does anyone really have to teach Des Bryant how to run a 100? He knows how to run, right? Running is part of football. It's not like sprinting, but you're still running. Des Bryant is pretty fast. Now, is he going to beat Usain Bolt in a 100? No. Right? But, you know, he could run a 100, though. He could run a 100 faster than the average guy. Sure. Hell, Des Bryant, like, he'll get beat by Usain Bolt pretty handily, but, you know, people will say, wow, he looked pretty fast in there. I mean, what are you going to say? Usain Bolt couldn't go to football and do what Des Bryant does? Well, probably not, geniuses. Because Usain Bolt hasn't sat down and learned the fucking plays. Of course he doesn't know the routes because he hasn't learned it. Of course not. Of course he doesn't know, like, you know, the intricacies of, you know, how to run and do a cross pattern and then turn and catch the football and how to stiff arm a dude. He doesn't know all that because he never bothered to learn it. Right? So, no, you can't just throw him in there in the field and expect him to do something. Now, if he bothered to learn it, that's a different story, isn't it? Boxers have no reason to learn jiu-jitsu and wrestling or any of that other shit because all they need to do is box. That's what brings them the paycheck. Right? MMA fighters do need to know how to box because throwing punches is part of their sport too. You see how that works? Geniuses. Right? But it's like anything else. So, but if you get a boxer that knows this other shit, then we're talking about a whole nother animal. Well, we don't know. We do know that. Her name is fucking Holly Holm. There's only been one athlete from any of the 2 sports that have won a world title in both sports, and she came from boxing. Okay? That's it. End of story. That should have, and of course, and this is the same fucking shit they always say. Yeah, but Holly's an MMA fighter now. She's the moment she learned other stuff, she was no longer a boxer. You know, really slap yourself. Just slap yourself. Now do it. I'm waiting. Thank you. Look, of course they got to learn the other stuff. What? Are you dumb? You guys sound dumb. Like you're fucking idiots. When Jeremy Williams, who was a top heavyweight contender, okay, good boxer, was never anything huge, but he was a solid top contender in boxing, okay? Jeremy Williams, right? Jeremy, half man, half amazing Williams, okay? Way past his prime, okay, way past his prime, right? Went to MMA and he went 5-0. 5-0. What? And now it wasn't just the boxing. He was also a judoka, right? He knew, what do you know? Judo. Okay, he knew judo. Now, did he face any world beaters? Like, not really. He did beat a dude that beat Randy Couture in college, in wrestling. So that dude was a pretty good wrestler, and he beat him. Okay. Now he was way past his prime though, and he wasn't not like an elite fighter in boxing. Okay, he was a top solid contender, but he was never an elite fighter. Okay. Obviously, if a boxer were to go to MMA, he has to like learn the ropes. He needs to learn the basics of other shit. Of course, he needs to learn takedown defense. Okay, okay. Just like a jiu-jitsu guy needs to learn striking, right? Just like that. Like everybody else has to. Why wouldn't a boxer? You don't think boxers are capable of learning like other shit or what? In the case of a Mayweather, he never had to learn other shit. Why would he? Why would a guy making millions of dollars have to learn anything else? For what reason? If you're a surgeon, right? Let's say you're a heart surgeon. You're making $1 million of fucking surgery, right? But that's like all you know. Like that's it. Like you just know heart surgery. Like you're the best at heart surgery. That's it. And then you got other doctors that know a bunch of other shit, right? They know about sinuses and viruses and infections and about feet, about ears, about eyes. You know, they're just all around doctors, right? Well, obviously, okay, if you just throw the heart surgeon, okay, as a regular MD, he ain't gonna know shit. Okay, like, well, doctor, what's wrong with me? Is there something wrong with your heart? No, I don't know. I don't fucking know. Go see another doctor. Like, I'm a fucking surgeon. I do heart surgery. Get the fuck out of here. Okay. Does it mean like he's any less skilled, or does it mean he's not capable of learning these other things? You know, if of course boxers are capable of learning other shit. Okay. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but throughout boxing history, there's been boxers that had wrestling backgrounds, and there's been boxers that had, you know, like Jeremy Williams, like judo backgrounds. Like they could, you never know. You don't know these guys. You don't know what they know. Like you guys, you guys like swear, like you know what these guys like, how they would do. You don't know that. But yes, of course, if a boxer knows nothing but boxing, of course he's going to get taken down and finished in a minute or two. We already know that. We know that. Like that's known. But you see, let me flip the script really quick. Okay? That's why D-Style is here. D-Style is here to give boxing fans ammunition, because a lot of guys don't know how to word shit, or like you get caught up with shit. Let me put it this way, okay? And I really want you to think of it this way. Right? It's like, do you know why Usain Bolt, even though running is such, like, almost everybody could run. Unless you're in a fucking wheelchair or diabetic or some shit, you could run, right? Everybody in the fucking world knows how to run. But what makes it special? That no one's, well, I think he lost his last race, but you guys know what I mean. You know what I mean, okay? To my point, despite the fact that he lost the last race. He's the fastest man in the world. Like, everybody could do it. Everybody knows how to do it. But he's the best at it, even though everybody knows how to do it. Right? See, that, being the best at something that everybody could fucking do is the most difficult thing. Right? So let's take boxing. Obviously, boxers know how to box. So do kickboxers. So do Muay Thai fighters. So do MMA fighters. So do many stand-up arts. They learn boxing, all of them. But despite the fact that they all do it, boxers are still the best at it. Okay? So that somehow people have flipped it to, well, everybody knows how to do, like, it's, they're flipping it on you. You know, like, they found a way to flip it and be like, well, MMA guys could go box and hold their own, right? Well, first of all, it depends which MMA guy. I think we're only talking about the very elite ones that could actually throw hands, okay, which is, I could count them on one hand that I think would do something in boxing, okay? Despite the fact that they all train it. Every single one of them has a boxing coach. All right? Every single one of them. Every single one are put in there to spar with boxers, every single one of them. Yet there's very few that I could say that guy might have a shot to win a world title in boxing. There's like 5 of them that I could think of in the entire fucking sport, even though they all train it. You don't think that if every boxer in the world started training MMA, you don't think that 5 of them would go to MMA and kick some serious shit? Well, I don't know. I mean, Conor McGregor was an amateur boxer that transitioned to MMA. He did just fine. Obviously, right? But let's not count him. I mean, if you were to take, and I'm not saying all of them would be successful, but you're not telling me if every single boxer trained MMA. You're telling me right now that if Lomachenko really started like training MMA, like full time, you don't think he'd be good at it? He doesn't have a reason to, but hypothetically, if he did, you can't just throw him the way he is now, obviously, and just expect him to do something. But if he actually trained it and took it serious, all these guys. So fuck what they say, okay? Fuck what they say. Now, I like it because, see, at the end of the day, everybody's throwing hands in these combat sports, but they still can't fuck with us, okay? That's just the truth. That's just the reality, okay? And that's it. At the end of the day, they're all learning how to throw hands, but they still can't fuck with us in the side. Okay, and when you put it in that perspective, you know, it's like the Des Bryant, Usain Bolt, you know, example I gave you. Of course, Des Bryant can just run a 100. Right now, you could ask him, hey, go run a 100. He can do it, okay? Like, you know, I'm not saying he had the best technique at it, but he could run very fast for 100 meters, okay? Not at the level of a top sprinter, obviously, but he can do it, okay? You just throw Usain Bolt the way he is now. You just put a helmet on him, okay? Just throw him in the football field. He ain't gonna know what the fuck to do, okay? Like he's gonna try, I guess, but he's not gonna. He doesn't know the plays. He doesn't know anything. He hasn't learned it. These MMA guys do boxing. They know boxing. Most of them are not really good at it. Some of them are pretty good at it. Some of them are great. Conor's one of them, all right? But and boxers don't do all that other shit. Now, it's an individual thing. How do you guys know how like you just don't know sometimes, right? So it's you don't know the lives of every single boxer out there. You know their lives. You know what every single boxer. You know their background. You know there's been boxers out there that are black belts. It just depends on the boxer, obviously, right? You see how when DStyle comes here, you're like, oh shit, these are great arguments. That's right, motherfuckers. Okay, that's right. Now, let me put it this way, right? Does a boxer have any reason to spar a Muay Thai guy? Is there any reason for it? Like, oh man, I'm getting ready for my title fight. I already got to work on those knees. Like no. Okay? No. But MMA fighters spar boxers all the time because they want to work on their hands, right? Anyway, I want to say this. Paulie Malignaggi, okay, sounds like a fucking bitter girlfriend, man. Like a bitter ex. Dude's over there celebrating like he won the fight. Like, like Paulie, you didn't win the fight, Paulie. What are you doing? He's over there, oh, yeah, he quit. Like, first of all, look, Conor didn't quit, okay? Paulie needs to stop this. Conor got stopped, okay, but he didn't quit, right? One thing I won't say is that he didn't have heart. He did have heart, okay? He couldn't lift his arms anymore. He had nothing left, okay? Paulie needs to shut up. Okay, I'm gonna like if Conor were to fight Paulie, I'm gonna say this right now. I hope Conor kicks his ass. I'm just being honest. Paulie's getting on my last fucking nerve. He still can't stop talking about Conor. Like, let it go, dude. Let it go. Just let it fucking. I knew what was gonna happen. I called it to the T. I could have told you. Like, shut up. Okay, Paul. You know what? The last time Mayweather stopped somebody, you know what happened? His name was Ricky Haddon, and they put him in the ring with you, Paulie, and he whooped your ass. Okay, so if history were to repeat itself, I would shut up, Paulie, because you were saying the same thing. Okay, oh, Ricky Haddon. I mean, he got hit by a checklet hook. I mean, an amateur could see that coming. He got in the ring with me like this. Paulie, bro, you got stopped by Egginton, man. Like all bullshit aside, right? He got stopped. He got stomped by Egginton, right? Like, seriously, bro. Okay, like let it go. It's just, you got to let it go. I don't give a fuck what you think, bro. Like, I'm tired of Paulie Malignaggi. He's over there in the Colin Cowherd show, like, oh, yeah, I'll make him quit. Like, when has Paulie made anybody quit? Like, first of all, Paulie's never made anybody quit. Like, I don't know where he's getting this whole, like, and then he's like, I'll make a quit just like Mayweather did. Paulie, you've never been like that dude, okay? You're not at Floyd Mayweather's level, bro, okay? If that was you, you would have gotten your ass whooped too, right? Mayweather would have, maybe he would have gone to 12 rounds, but I don't think he would have won a round. Like, Mayweather would have embarrassed you. So this whole like oh, if I do this, like, shut up, Paulie. All right, like you're just not that dude, bro. You're the dude they pimped out when they wanted to have a tune-up fight. That's who you are. Okay, like I'm getting tired of Paulie. Paulie's getting on my nerves. I knew he was going to do this. I knew he was going to celebrate as if he's the one that won the fight. Okay, Paulie Malignaggi is a Tim Silva of boxing, okay? Ray Mercer from another sport came and knocked out Tim Silva, okay? Like that's Paulie Malignaggi, right? So, like, I was kind of, I empathize with a lot of your gripes, but the fight's over, bro. Like, you're retired. Like, just let it go. Let it go, Paulie. Just let it go, okay? It's over, bro. Like, Conor doesn't even care. Like, have you guys noticed? Like, he moved on with his life. I mean, Connor's got to be looking under his bed like Paulie's going to be right there. I mean, holy shit, bro. I mean, it's just like, you better lock all your doors, Connor. Like, this is going to show up. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, I mean, I can't stand Paulie. Paulie, let it go, right? I mean, the more you talk, the more I'm starting to believe you whooped your ass. Like, honestly. You got, like, this. I saw the same thing. I saw the same thing in training. You know, I could have told you. Like, shut up. Just shut up, right? He can't let. He's like bitter about the Conor thing. He can't get Floyd's balls out of his mouth, right? I mean, it's like he's doing dual duty, right? Like it's embarrassing how Paulie Malignaggi acts around Mayweather. It's fucking embarrassing, right? You were talking shit about Broner, bro. I mean, you're right up there, Paulie. When remember when Mayweather was like, I'm going to dedicate this fight to my friend Paulie. Paulie wanted to cry. Like, he was honored that Mayweather would like say he's going to dedicate this fight to him. Thank you, champ. I appreciate it, champ. Like, shut, bruh. You're going to let another man say he's dedicating this fight for you? Are you serious, dude? Paulie, go sit, just commentate. You're a commentator now, right? If Paulie doesn't sit down, I'm going to make Eggington sit your ass down, okay? That's what I'm going to do. Saying Conor quit. How do I know you didn't quit in the Eggington fight? Okay? Like, oh, I went down to a body shot. How do we know he couldn't get up, Paulie? How do I know that? Since we're just speculating, right? So we're just in dudes' heads now. Then how about maybe you quit? Maybe you could have gotten up against Eggington. You know, but you didn't want to get up. Okay? And then you started crying after he knocked you out and shit. Right? If Paulie don't calm down, man, like, can somebody get Eggington on the phone? Give him that liver shot again. Sit his ass down. Right? Anyway, like I don't know. I'm tired of Paulie. It doesn't stop with this guy. It doesn't stop. Like right now, he's probably on Twitter right now talking about Conor. I mean, holy shit. Just he's got to let it go, right? First of all, he should have never even fucking gone. Like everybody told you, like, don't Paulie, don't go. Nah, I'm gonna. Nah. Well, you know, I gotta go. I'm gonna go help Conor, and I want to be part of Team Conor. A picture comes out. Oh yeah, you know, I didn't go to be exploited. You know, I want to respect, and I want to respect. Like, shut up. God damn. Holy shit, this dude. Just that's like if Paulie wasn't working for Showtime, if he wasn't a commentator for Showtime, nobody would care about this guy. That's how irrelevant he's been for the last 3 or 4 years. I mean, he's been irrelevant. He's trying to find relevance again. You know, he wants that big Conor fight. You're gonna get your ass with Paulie. I have a feeling he'll lose. Okay, I have a feeling he will lose that fight, and then it's gonna break his world, man. You know, why even go there? Don't even go there. Just let it go. Okay, Paulie, just let it go. Let it go. Just move on. Move on with your life and just let it go. Stick to commentating, right? This wasn't about you, Paulie. This promotion it was not about you, okay? It was never about you. You know, you just needed to insert yourself into the whole thing, all right? Holy shit. Now, I mean, I don't know that. Maybe at this, who knows who fucking win. But in closing, guys, in closing, right? Every stand-up fighting form boxes, and we're still the best at it. By we, I mean the sport of boxing. Okay? That's just it. All right? So every time I hear this bullshit, oh, but if a boxer were to go over there, you know, first of all, there has been boxers that went over there. Some of them obviously embarrassed themselves, and some of them Didn't. Okay? When a boxing world champion actually trained MMA, she became UFC champion. Okay? Period. Like, it's already happened. It's already happened. No, but a boxer would never. Ray Mercer knocked out a former UFC heavyweight champion in a cage. Okay? Ray Mercer couldn't get a boxing license in most states at that point of his career. There's a reason for that. He couldn't pass physicals. No, but Tim Silva was a former champion. He wasn't like, what do you think Floyd was? I mean, holy shit. Anyway, that's it. I'm not sure if I have access to the chat. I'm not sure. Okay, I don't know what the fuck's going on over here, but all I know is that Paulie needs to let it go. Floyd, I believe it's time to retire. It's, you know, and I think it's time to move on. Okay. Hopefully these experiments are over. Hopefully we're done with all this nonsense. Okay. Hopefully we're done with all this nonsense. It's time to move on. Okay. It's time to move on. Okay, we got a big fight coming up. Canelo versus Gennady Golovkin. We got other fights coming up. And that's it. Capiche. All right? Right? Now, another thing I wanted to address. Another thing. Really quick. Really quick. I may have touched on this, but a lot of people, for whatever reason, have been saying, like, I know Chael Sonnen came out and said this, and saying that Floyd is a notorious liar, right? Oh, Floyd, he comes out and he lies all the time. He says he's going to come forward and fight, and he actually told the truth this time, right? Okay, who lied? Who lied? Exactly. The guy that said, oh, I'm just going to go in there, I'm going to be patient, and then I'm going to go for the knockout. That guy? And actually did that? Or the guy that told everybody that he's going to punch Mayweather so hard that even if Mayweather blocks it with his glove, it's going to rattle his brain and it's going to knock him out. That guy? Which guy? Huh? Interesting, isn't it? You know? It's which one told the truth? Which one lied? Anyway, that's all I got, guys. That's all I got. I got a lot of shit to do. I got a lot of shit to catch up on. Okay, out here in my real life. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And that's all I got. I'm out. Peace.